Hello, I'm Roberta Wayhill, and welcome to AIM TV. Today, our topic is Rainforest Ambassadorship, and I have in the studio with me Venessa Kay. Welcome, Venessa.
Thank you, Roberta. Thank you all. I'm very happy to be able to show up today with the rainforest culture with me and share that with everybody and anybody who's interested in actually being a part of something that's real, integritous, has a track record for proven inspection, is good business, is just doing the work of rainforest sustainability, and I'm happy about that.
So you are a South American herbalist, as well. You're a rainforest ambassador, and can you talk about what that means?
Actually, I started working with the herbs as soon as I drank the Rainforest Treasure Tea, and this has 5 plants in it that caught me by surprise. We have in it, it's actually 5 barks. It's this beautiful amber color once it's brewed. I highly recommend that it's be, put over a low fire and get a nice smooth simmer out of it for a good 10 to 15 minutes so that the barks open. So jatoba is a tall canopy tree, and its bark is good for mental clarity, concentration, and focus. That caught me right away, gave me sustained energy all day long, both mental and physical. And then there's a plant in here called Uña de Gato. And Roberta, this is a sacred vine in the jungle. This vine is considered an opener of the way. It's got its amazing ability to just know your body's intelligence and meet you right where you need it the most. So good for respiratory, good for immune support, good for digestion. Uña de Gato is very subtle and powerful. And then pau de arco is a plant from, even in Mexico we have pau de arco, and this is great for antiviral, antifungal, antibacterial, antimicrobial, all the little particles that once out of balance, once your system's slightly acidic or anything like that, they can actually get together and create itises or allergies and things like that. So this pau de arco will actually do a nice cleansing off of any of those little insipid things. And then the chanca piedra is stone breaker. Chanca piedra is to break the stone, and it's in reference to gall and kidney stones. And finally, one of my favorite indigenous sounding plants, chuchuwasi.
Okay.
And chuchuwasi is a wonderful plant for joint recovery, muscle, after a workout. This is actually an incredible tea for peak performers, as well as people who just want to become optimal. This tea will actually raise your level. So I like to say it's bringing a little bit of wild nutrition in on a daily level. We're not trying to, hijack your system and load you down. It's just a cup of tea a day or 2 cups a day, and over a course of a long period of time, you make a major difference.
You mentioned that it needed to be, a simmer at 15 minutes. Is there, if it was a boil, would it not maintain its integrity as far as the medicinal values, or? That's
a great question, Roberta. You cannot burn this tea. These barks can be rolling boiled, but you don't want to do that because you want to gracefully and gradually allow the spirit of these plants to come into your drink. So once the water begins to boil rapidly, reduce it down to a simmer, and then open your email, read for a little bit, and come back in 20 minutes or 15 minutes. I like to take 6 bags and put them in a quart and a half. I mean, because I've got a whole tribe, a family, who will dip their big, water bottles in and go for the day. So we can take down, a gallon and a half in a day and a half. It just sits on the stove, but it's delicious refrigerated. It's delicious hot. It doesn't keep you awake at night. There's no caffeine or sugar, and it's basically speak to the tea. And if you want to get sleepy time with it, it'll take you there. If you need it to, focus and be clear, it'll pull you right through. So I like to talk to plants. It's part of the way I work on a native way with them, and cleanse, nourish, and balance your body with these products.
So you also have brought some as samples, some of the other products. Can you talk about the Amazon Herb Company?
Yes, I'd be happy to. Thank you for asking. This is the Amazon Herb Company's products. I have worked directly with the owner, John Easterling, and also with native cultures from all over North and South America. I've been to the rainforest 3 times, and I love going there. These people are deep in the heart of Peru, up the Rio Ucayali. They don't get visitors regularly. When we come in as a group, we're like family. We are at a partner level with them, the village level, and we're partnered with them so that we're supporting their rainforest that they've lived in, and our mission is to support them, support the garden, the plants, and bring high-powered, beautiful, high-frequency rainforest food, wild nutrition up north, where actually our culture is the harsh environment. And we are, above the equator, so we don't have the vitality that the plants have down there. And so when you put wild and live nutrition into your miracle body, for example, Roberta, when you cut your finger, you don't have to help the fingerprint grow back, do you? It just automatically does it. Well, putting wild nutrition together with your miracle body is the prescription for an optimal, heightened, production of your own life. So I really appreciate this company. I have a picture with John. He'll come up. And recently, John married Olivia Newton-John, which has been a romance brewing, and they got married a couple years ago. And they were fortunately in the jungle when Peru had a mandate to, their government was going to open 70% of the preservation land. I'd been involved in working with the last 10 years, bringing quite a bit of forest into a preservation status. We worked with the villages, started with one village at 13,000 acres. Some loggers had come in and were going to cut in, they go aerially over, pick where they're going to log, and then they have to come up off the river, pull in with their mills. Well, in Porvenir, the village actually stole their mills and hid them. And when that happened, these guys came out with false documentation, waving their hands, threatening to sue the village. So they called John, their friend, and John sent attorneys down to them, and it went through the courts. It was tried and proven, and they won the surveyorship to the first 13,000 acres in that village. Consequently, over the course, since I've been involved since 2003, we've actually come to 1 million acres of preservation.
Yeah, can you talk a little bit more about the ambassadorship and the land preservation, the work that you're doing there?
I would love to. It was a delight and a joy to see land repatriated to people who don't go to courts, have documentation to show that, but all their relatives have been living there for thousands of years harmoniously with 200,000 botanicals, and we were able to be a part of getting the deeds back to the people. I have one little documentation. I know you can't zoom in on this, but this is actually a picture of some Peruvian children, and in it is the picture, which you can't see, but it's all the names of the village, and they're all standing together with their deed. And it was a joy to see land repatriated back to these people. From there, quite a few more villages have gotten involved. 14 villages personally I'm working with at the village level. And then there's a whole nother federation of tribes coming on board. We're actually making history in South America right now. And again, we're seeing South Americans like